Welcome back, pilots, to Squadrons Update. Today we'll be going over some brand new stuff that has been happening within and around the game, as we'll recapping some other big news that has also dropped not too long ago. And this is because I've been so busy getting my new PC setup finalized, I didn't get the chance to cover that news, so we'll do it now. Better late than never, right? And hey, as always, before we get into any of that, a quick reminder. As if you do like these types of videos, then do remember to give it a like to show your support for not only this update series, but also the content within it. With that out of the way, let's get into it. We'll start things off with the news for the new cosmetic drop that recently occurred both within the game and outside the game, well, kind of. For starters, everyone over the weekend got some cool new Empire-centric cosmetics in the Emperor Palpatine hologram, the Empire signet, the Rey Sloane dashboard figure, and the Von Reg family crest emblem for your ship. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of the cockpit cosmetics and I don't use them myself per se, but I do know there are enough people out there who do absolutely adore these. So this is of course fantastic news for them. Now, that wasn't the only cosmetic drop, as also for Amazon Prime members, the last batch of the special Prime Gaming helmets has also dropped this week, giving you the Fearless Skies helmet and the Imperator's Visage helmet. And what can I say, if you like purple, then you're definitely gonna love these. Now, in gameplay news, Motive also last week put out a balancing update that tweaked the matchmaking and also nerfed the TIE Defender. I mean, apparently Motive weren't too fond of the Defender slowly creeping up to become the new meta again and squashed it pretty quickly. After the latest patch, the Defender's shield regeneration rate has been decreased by 35%. Its boost acceleration decreased by 6.5% and its boost activation cost increased by 28%. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say we won't be seeing the TIE Defender pop up on everyone's go-to Imperial ship anymore. That said, this balancing patch has also caused a couple of other unintended issues in the game to take place too. Like instead of helping the matchmaking, it only crippled it, and it didn't take long for everyone to notice this. Fortunately, Motive today did do some server-side tuning to correct the problem with matchmaking, so it should all be good now. According to Motive's Ian Fraser, despite last week's changes that resulted in a dramatic improvement in dogfight matchmaking quality, it also came at a cost of making the average matchmaking time for dogfights longer than intended. So today's changes moved the quality versus speed slider back to the other direction a few notches, but not as far back as it was several weeks ago. And it goes without saying that Motive will of course continue to observe to see if any additional tweaks are needed. Next, in other good news is that as of this week, Squadrons is officially within the EA Play library, meaning anyone who previously before was curious about jumping into Squadrons and trying it out can now do it for free with the Xbox Game Pass. So this should without a doubt definitely help give a decent boost to the game's player base, and with the recent changes taking place too, then who knows, maybe people will stick around for a while or longer. Finally, I do quickly want to go over the really big news that came out a few weeks ago that I didn't get a chance to cover. But in case you didn't hear about it, then yes, Motive put out a big pilot briefing to talk about the future of the game. And in that, they revealed that the game will no longer be receiving any more content updates, with the last cosmetic drop officially being on May the 4th. Now, while I'm sure this was terrible news to hear for most of the fans, I for one can't say I'm surprised. If anything, this was pretty much expected. I mean, Squadrons from the get-go was a small niche project worked on by a small studio like Motive. They never planned or anticipated the game to be anything real big. And when it did release and got a lot more attention than Motive expected, Then they in response thanked the player base by giving us a mini live service for the end of 2020, which of course was pretty awesome. That said, it was also not sustainable. Motive, after all, didn't have the budget anymore to keep cranking out new content updates into 2021, and were also falling behind schedule to work on their next projects. Add to the fact that after release, the initial hype and interest in Squadrons also started to die down, then that for sure didn't help things either. But yeah, like I said, Motive ending support on Squadrons this year isn't surprising at all, and very much to be expected. But thankfully, it did get some very much needed content updates. And heck, with private games and a server browser integrated into it, then Squadrons without a doubt has the potential to continue in thriving with its tight-knit community for years to come. And that will do it for this Squadrons update. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but also keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.